Go.
In the year 1842, a long time ago, a new Torah was presented to a little shul in Kiev, and that Torah remained at that shul for many generations. But exactly 100 years later, in the year 1942, the Nazis overran Kiev and they overran the little shul. But that little Torah survived. The little Torah wound up in America. This is the little Torah's story. I was made way back in 1842 by a humble man, a real God-fearing Jew, who did his work with honesty, feeling and with pride. He was known in Kiev as Yankale the Scribe. With loving care, his hand so firm and still, he formed me with some parchment, ink and quill. Each day he'd slowly add to me just a few more lines, with words to last until the end of time. And on the day that I was finally complete, the whole town came and filled the narrow street. They sang and danced and held me high and carried me away to a little wooden shul where I would stay. And the rabbi held me close against his chest, and he spoke out loud and said to all the rest, he said, no matter if you're very young or even if you're old, live by the words you'll find inside the scroll. But the hatred from the west came to Kiev, and they rounded up the Jews who had not fled. But Moshe lit the shamus, he was brave and he was bold. He hid me in a cellar dark and cold. And for years and years I waited all alone for the people of my town to take me home, to sing and dance and hold me high and carry me away back to that little wooden shul where I would stay. It was someone else who found my hiding place. To America they shipped me in a crate. The men who took me off the boat, they said I was a prize, but they were Jews I did not recognize. And on a plate of glass they put me on display for visitors to look at me and say, how very nice, how beautiful, a stunning work of art. But they knew not what was inside my heart. And across the room I saw upon a shelf two friends of mine who'd been back in Kiev. A silver pair of candlesticks, a menorah made of brass. We'd all become mere relics of the past. So if you hear my voice, why don't you come along and take me to the place where I belong, and sing and dance and hold me high and carry me away back to that little wooden shul where I would stay. And the rabbi would hold me close against his chest, to say to all the rest. He'd say no matter if you're very young or even if you're old, live by the words you'll find inside the scroll. Live by the words you'll find inside my soul.